So today's tip is about providing the ability to see the orientation of a family in the project. So what I've got here is I've got a window and some casework. You can see when I hover on these elements, it shows up with a 1 and a 2 marked in Roman numerals. Now I've done that so if you mirror it and I used a conventional number 1 and number 2, then the font would be reversed and you wouldn't see what they were saying. Although you could use that if you were specifically trying to see if something's been mirrored or not. So you can see here, I've got cabinetry. Now the reason it's important to understand which side is 1 and 2 is if you've got parameters that refer to one part of the family. In the example of this, I'm going to say, well, what type of glazing is in bay 1 or bay 2. So this is fixed and this is a double hung or something. It's no good to say left and right because once it's mirrored that doesn't mean anything. So in the casework here you see I've got side 1, side 2, side 3, and in the properties it's got the rear overhang, essentially the overhang from the back for side 1, 2 and 3. If I may, straight away I know which side that's going to affect. If I want to affect side 3 over there, rear overhang side 3, and I can make that change. So it's a good way to identify parts of your family. Now how did I do this? I click Edit Family. What I've got in here, I hover right there, is a nested family inside this family. That family there is just a detail item, and if I go inside that family, you can see it's just some instance parameters for some turning stuff on and off. These lines here are just invisible lines, and the invisible lines are visible in the project just while the element is selected. So I've just drawn those Roman numerals and created some on-off parameters for those. You can see when I select it here I can choose which number it appears as, or even put a combination of those if I really want. So yeah, it's a nice quick way to make something visible in your project that's so you can define your orientation. Thanks.